Got some weird lighting. It looks like I got big bags under my eyes, but I don't. It's just because the light. It's the lighting, okay? Maybe I should close it so y'all don't think I got abducted. There. Is that better? No, it's still the same. Who cares? Don't care. Anyhow. So interesting breaking information from a reliable source. Firstly, we all saw that the City of London Corporation has been dissolved and all assets have been handed over to the Queen. Yeah, that's number one. Number two, I don't know if I mentioned in my video this morning, but there was some parachuters jumping out of helicopters in Edmonton, like right by the side, like looking like they weren't doing a military exercise. Let's put it that way. Interesting. And the third thing that I have is probably the most interesting information. Someone that I know went to the bank to try and get some more currency, Vietnamese currency to be specific, the DONG, and to the TD Bank. And not available anymore at the TD Bank. At a major bank, you cannot get Vietnamese currency. This is something that we could do to go travel to Vietnam if we wanted. But funny thing is now, one of the lowest currencies you can't get at one of the major banks. So apparently it's still available at uexchange.ca, uexchange.ca. And thank you, Sasha, for that. And I'm not sure what's happening there. So that's very interesting. A major bank is not exchanging that currency anymore. So, thank you for all your awesome, kind words. And I'm sorry for the loss of your pet. I lost my fish a couple of days ago. The white one with the one eye is barely hanging on. I feel so bad for that fish. Again, it's 9.5 years old and it's long life for a goldfish. But a lot of people are losing their pets right now. Like, this is a big, 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 huge energetic shift. So, and it's very sad. Like, it's very sad because they're your family. Like, my niece and my sister had these fish for the first part of their life. And when I split up with my boyfriend last March, she's like, I'm giving you these fish. It's not a plant, it's fish. These are going to be your relationship for the next year. You're not allowed to see anybody, date anybody. And I'm like, dude, I don't want to. Like, I told him when I broke up with him, I'm not dating anyone else ever again for a long time. And I haven't. I stick to my word, man. I'm not a willy-nilly on stuff. So I think it's very fascinating that this is all happening. So if you guys hear of any more information like that, please feel free to email me at ravenmoonstone@outlook.com. My backup, if that goes down for some reason, and only backup is ravenmoonstoneart@protonmail.com. So if you're looking for art orders, and any art business, please send it to the Raven Moonstone Art at Proton Mail. Thank you. So, yes, anyhow. Hello, Chalano. Oh, you just joined Telegram channel. Boom, boom. Yes. It's amazing. It is amazing. I'm just, I have an injured squirrel coming to me every day. Aw, that's so cute. You saw 5 military, helicopters. Oh, yeah, and this is thank you to Kelly and West. This is the other thing that's amazing. So this all happened while I was just walking to the grocery store right now. People calling and... Okay, so where was it? This is happening in Calgary. It was a Facebook post, so thank you, Kelly and Wes. Officers from the this is right from Calgary Police Service. I know you won't be able to see very well on my phone because I'm using my tablet. So if I don't sound very good, my laptop is permanently broken. Okay, I can only maybe hook up to it with a power source to get all my old videos off of it. It's just a big USB stick. So, and I'm not buying a new laptop right now. So, this Calgary Police Service says, officers from the traffic section will be conducting motorcade escort training from Tuesday to Thursday this week from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. throughout the city. I got to tell you about what happened downtown too. Citizens can expect to see motorcycle officers escorting approximately 10 motorcade vehicles throughout Calgary. The scenario-based training will require the motorcycle officers to constantly employ emergency lights and sirens. We would encourage motorists to move safely towards the nearest curb when a police vehicle is approaching with emergency lights and sirens operating. Obey all directions which may be given by the officers. Motorists can expect very minor traffic delays, and we appreciate your cooperation as we conduct this annual training. Last year, around the same time, downtown, where I live, down by I think it's Fairmont, whatever the one is, by the whatever the Calgary Tower is. There was motorcade leaving. And I was there's people at the hotel. I'm literally going to go park my butt out there tomorrow and watch it's because one of the best hotels in Calgary, apparently. I don't know. It's the oldest and fanciest. And they have valet and everything. There's no other valet service like there is like that at that hotel. So it is by far the most prestigious. So that's where most of the foreign people stay. Actually, that's where I had my grad dance. Whoop, whoop. Grad 87. Whoop. Anyhow. So the other thing that happened this morning at 8 o'clock, I was on the phone with Taco Spice discussing what had gone on in the last 24 hours. And all of a sudden, it was the weirdest, most scariest demonic sound ever from downtown Calgary. It was like, all these sirens. Every fire truck, police, and ambulance all went off at the same time, but it was like, ooh, ah, like a demonic, and I'm like, do you hear that? And I held it out the phone. She's like, what the fuck is that? And I'm like, I don't know. It sounds so scary though, but it sounds like all the ambulances and stuff at exactly the same time went off. To go to this, there was a big, loud, apparently a boom somewhere in Bridgeland today in Calgary around that time. So, now, Bridgeland, if you don't know Calgary at all, it sits in the very closest northeast. So the river goes through the city. Downtown is here. And then Bridgeland is over here. The river goes through here, okay? And Bridgeland's over in the northeast part of it. I know it looks like I'm doing it backwards, but just so I can. So it's very close to the rivers. And it's also very close to Memorial Drive. And it's also very close to Inglewood and all where they take all the train stations. And they've done a lot of development. And it's also very close to Forest Lawn entrance at 17th and Deerfoot. Those are all very close proximity. So if one thing happens in Bridgeland, they're going to hear about it in Inglewood and most likely hear about it right across in that area. So what was it? That's what I want to know. What happened? So there's a lot of action and activity happening, and there was emergency broadcasting happening in Australia. There was emergency broadcasting happening in Washington, D.C. They had 4 helicopters land on the Capitol the other day, day before yesterday, doing training exercises, or maybe it was yesterday on Monday. I don't even know. I'm so lost in my days, but I'm really excited because it seems like it's gonna just happen all like together. So exciting. And of course I just want to do a happy little card reading because it's fun. Card reading! I'm really excited today. I had to go for 2 or 3 walks. I'm boiling hot. I don't want to do my laundry, but I have to soon. And yeah, I'm feeling kind of particularly like avoiding 3D stuff, but I went running through the grocery store and I was like, what would I get if there was apocalypse happening tomorrow? I got up to the checkout and I was making her laugh. I'm like, what would you buy in 5 minutes if you have to run through your here getting shit for an apocalypse, you know, so you couldn't get groceries again? She goes, well, I'd buy some of this ice cream. It looks pretty good. I'm like, it's cashew, salted caramel cashew ice cream. There's no dairy in it. It's so friggin' good. And by the way, if you have bad habits of eating stuff all at once, do what I do. I can make shit last forever. That hemp coffee that Cat and Cash got, I have a little I have a little ceremonies when I have it. I treasure things. So I eat my little tub of ice cream with a honey spoon that's really tiny. So you can only get about that much out of it at a time. It makes you feel like you're doing a lot of eating, but you're not really. It's just people like doing that maneuver, I guess, along with other maneuvers, but that's a different show. Okay, the 2 cards that came out. Ooh, I love it. Restriction. To me, that is a good sign. And the High Priestess is about discernment and prescience, prophecy, and vision. So it's about talking to our higher self. So it's going to be interesting. These 2 cards together, we might have a blip in our how we discern things soon. Maybe that's what it's meaning. And the card numbers are 2 and 35. So 2 is the High Priestess. So intuition, prescient sight, higher knowledge, receptivity, the ability to work with subtle energies of spirit, and the psychic power of the feminine. These are the aspects of the High Priestess of Avalon. When the High Priestess appears before you, she asks to trust your intuition and throw the net of your awareness out to the world around you, pulling in truths that may defy your intellect. Truths that may defy your intellect. And then restriction. What would be restrictive? Like, it's funny because it's like that's what apocalypse is, and they shut everything down, is you can restrict it from getting everything. So rational mind or whatever, so pulling you into truths that may defy your intellect, rational mind, or what others wish to falsely or superficially portray. Go beyond the ordinary, past the chaos of modern life, trust your inner vision to guide you on your path. Pay attention to your dreams, keep track of your intuitive hunches, for when the High Priestess appears, she asks you to look for the thread of truth in these places. Be discerning in all that you do at this time, for the High Priestess reminds you that not all not all is as it seems to be. I can't speak English apparently today. However, don't take this world personally. Rise above it. Ask for a true vision from your higher self to see the path ahead. You will be given this vision, and all you need to do is ask the God, Goddess, and be open to receiving it. The High Priestess reminds you of the feminine principle of receptivity, gathering power by receiving information and waiting for others to act first. Allow the world to show you its intentions. Okay? The goddess blesses and protects you when the High Priestess of Avalon appears on your path. Ooh, I love, 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 love. So 35. I just said 35. This marker brings notice of restriction in all things. You are in a prison of your own making, or at the mercy of which is temporarily out of reach. You aren't able to move forward constructively at this time. Yes, it can be frustrating, but like I said earlier, be patient, pay attention to the next right action, and sooner than you know, the prison doors will swing open, and you will yet again proceed to the greater goal. For now, take this opportunity to rest, take stock of where you are and from where you've come. It's kind of like what the Bard said earlier today about going through our histories. Ask, how did I get here, and what am I not seeing? What needs repairing? That even goes for me too. Like, I think, oh yeah, I'm done my triggers, and then somebody fucking triggers me again, and I'm like, I guess I'm not done my trigger. These past life karma is still coming up here. Once answers come, so does relief from the bondage of circumstances and mind. So keep that in mind and be kind to yourself. Do take rest and respite, and be sitting in your higher self and trusting your intuition at this time. Those cards literally told us to just take a rest, take a breather, you know? I think the last 24 to 48 hours have been so incredibly energetic with not only pets dying, but this information. I think it's just going to start friggin' coming. I think the elections are all being done counted by Thursday. The solar eclipse is on Thursday. And the Trumpster's birthday is on the 14th, but he was born in a solar eclipse, the evening of a solar eclipse. Interesting. Just saying that someone I know hasn't delivered their baby. That would be pretty cool if they were delivering on that night. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. So anyhow, I'm super excited for everything to come. I just feel like I'm supercharged right now, and I hope you are too. So thank you to all you beautiful divine souls out there, and thank you for your love and light. And yes, to answer somebody, I do think I am a Palladian myself, and that's with the triangles in the hand. And no, it's not a mark of the BEAST. That's what they did when they give you the in your arm if you took it. So that was the actual. Look up the patent number. It's 2020-06-06-06. Why would they name it that? One of the things that they put in there. Just wondering, just curious. Inquiring minds want to know. I don't want to know. I already know. And I'm moving past a lot of that. So this is what we were saying earlier, is we need to reframe our vibrations in the working through the triggers and working through those last of the triggers to get rid of all the things that are still cheesing our wagons off, or however you want to put it. So don't get mired down into too much. Just connect with the divine beings around you and the divine love and light that comes from within your heart. Okay, I love you. Okay, bye then. Happy day, everyone.